Wow, this is probably the best light gun shooter that you play with a D-pad that I've ever played. Like, I know that's kind of a thing to say about a game you're all probably very fond of, but look, I'm sorry. I now know why you cry. But it's something I can never do. It's T2, the arcade game! The Genesis game. And that's the thing right there. That last part about the Genesis, that's why I'm not as crazy about this game as everyone else on the goddamn planet seems to be. And it's not even the game, really. This is one of the best arcade shooters ever. I mean, it's a classic. But this isn't the arcade. I'm sorry, but playing a light gun game with a D-pad? Oh boy. Now look, it's not like this game's CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer. It's just doing what it's told. It's not the game's fault. Play T2 in the right environment, it's no problemo. Play it with a D-pad, comes onto you with an attitude. You have to say, eat me. Chill out, dickwad. Why is Johnny 5 in Terminator? Actually, that part makes sense. I mean, if you really think about it, Johnny 5 is like the precursor to Skynet. He even told us he was alive. Should've listened. Instead, we played T2 on our home consoles with a D-pad. Hey, know what would have happened if the NES launched with Duck Hunt, but no light gun? Judgment Day, that's what. Anybody not wearing 2 million sunblock would have had a bad day, get it? Oh, but switch clay pigeons with an HK? That's supposed to change everything. Well, it does, because Terminator's awesome. That's why you guys are probably all over my ass as we speak. Derek, how could you? Why don't you like this? It's so awesome. Yeah, it is. So is ice cream. Ever try eating it with chopsticks? Try that. Tell me how awesome that is. So T2, the arcade game, on any console, is pretty much, to me, like eating ice cream with chopsticks. Like, you can do it. And I'm sure there are plenty of contrarians out there on the internet who spent weeks and weeks practicing at it and are therefore very good at it. But that doesn't mean you should eat ice cream with chopsticks, you guys. Trust me, it's not an ideal situation. It's slow, it's imprecise, and it's a game where you're so overwhelmed by enemies, you need to, above all else, be fast and precise. Which, I mean, this is like Ripley saying, hey, so this alien bleeds acid? Let's cut the bitch. Not sure why I made an alien reference for a Terminator review, but hey, we're eating ice cream with chopsticks. What's the difference? If Andrew gets up, we'll all get up. It'll be anarchy. So obviously, I mean, I think it goes without saying at this point, I am not a fan of the controls here. But other than that, like, if you get used to them, this game's pretty awesome. I mean, it's loosely based on the movie, but it also does a couple things you don't see in the movie, which is kind of cool. You know, the first few levels provide a little backstory. Then there's plenty of levels based on actual scenes from the movie. So you're freezing the T-1000 in the liquid nitrogen. You're trying to blast them into the molten metal. That stuff's awesome. It really gives the game a sense of authenticity, too. It feels very real to me. And on August 29th, 1997, it's gonna feel pretty f***ing real to you, too. And actually, I will say this. If you play this with a friend, that's probably the way to go. By yourself, it's almost impossible to keep up with the enemies when you have to move a cursor with a D-pad. Especially in these assistance levels. Boy, it's just a nightmare. But with friends, it's a bit easier to manage, and obviously a lot more fun. The fun certainly isn't lost from the arcade version. And actually, the presentation hasn't really suffered that much either. It's obviously much better in arcades. It's not a horrible looking console game either. You know, the characters look good, the sound isn't bad, there's Arnold, you know, you get to shoot Robert Patrick in the face. Trust no one, Agent Doggett. I mean, look, I guess you could argue ice cream is always good, no matter what. And you know what? You're probably right. You can eat ice cream with chopsticks and enjoy it, just like you can play T2 with a D-pad. Lots of people do it. Think about it. Isn't that exactly what it wants you to do? T2's highest probability for success would be to copy the arcade game and wait for you to make contact with it on your SEGA Genesis. It's not what it claims to be, you guys. It clearly wants something from you. Me, I don't want anything from you. Except your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Thanks to our pal Daniel from Palm Coast, Florida, for sending us T2, the arcade game, for the SEGA Genesis. Great game. It doesn't play so great without a gun.